Hello and welcome to the British Para-Swimming International Meet 2018. My name's John Mason and I'm here to take you behind the scenes of the beautiful Ponds Forge International Sports Centre to show you what happens at one of the world's biggest para-swimming events. So let's do it. Now this behind me is a very, very important part of an athlete's preparation. It's the warm-up and cool-down pool, but they also need a lot of spatial awareness because look at that. It's worse than peak hour on the M25. Right behind me is the call room. This is moments before the race. This is where the athletes get their head game on. This is the most intense room in the building. Good luck, boys. And here we are at athlete entry. The next race is mine. Years of blood, sweat, and tears have built to this moment. Heart pounding, blood pumping, the crowd cheering. My name's called. It's my turn. This is the physiotherapy area. This is where the athletes come post-race to work out all their aches and pains and have a bit of a relax. Oh, I could stay here all day. Well, there you have it. Just a little insight as to what happens behind the scenes at one of the world's biggest para-swimming events. All that's left for them to do is win their race. Come on!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 3 of the British Para-Swimming International Meet right here in beautiful Sheffield. My name's John Mason, and I'm going to be taking you through all the action today and, of course, over the entire weekend. What a weekend it has been so far. Lots of action. We've had world records, we've had gold medals, and we've had a whole lot of fun with the skins event last night. You'll be seeing that later on this evening, of course, as well. But, of course, first up this morning, it's the heats. These swimmers, some of the best para-swimmers in the world, battling it out in this pool for a top time to make it through to that final tonight and hopefully for a place on that podium. Finals tonight will of course be streamed on BBC Sport's website, bbcsport.co.uk/sport, or of course British Swimming website and YouTube page at britishswimming.org. We'd love to hear from you as well, so the hashtag for the entire event, hashtag BPSIM18, that's BPSIM18. Join the conversation online and get involved. Now, if you are just joining us, if you're at home, comfy, lucky you, it's a Saturday morning, or in here with us, getting ready for the event, and you've never seen it before, the format for this event is slightly different. We have 2 competitions rolled up into one. So we have the International Meet, which is part of the Para-Swimming World Series, and we also have the British Para-Swimming National Championship. So there is essentially 2 competitions happening at once. So lots of action for you to get yourself comfy and enjoy this morning. If you missed yesterday's action, it was full on, it was fun, it was nail-biting, and we've put together a little package for you to catch you up on what you've missed out on. So let's take a look.
Well, welcome to day 3, ladies and gentlemen. So please put your hands together when we welcome onto pool deck your technical officials. And Rob Allison. And your World Para Swimming technical delegate for the session is Tony Ward. Officials, you may now take your seats. Well, session number 5 it is. It's day number 3. And we have a backstroke and butterfly for us to enjoy today. We start off with 100 backstrokes and then we move on to the butterfly events. As John said, we have lots to look forward to today, with a number of world record holders taken into the pool and also some Commonwealth champions just fresh from the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast. John, you have just sprinted back up here, joining me in the commentary position today.
I certainly have. It's going to be a different take on the pool for me today, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Like you said, some big hitters in the pool this morning. Certainly some names to be keeping an eye out for. And by the looks of it, we are ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome in our competitors for Heat 1 of the women's 100-meter backstroke.
There is the start list for this first heat. Mari Mäkinen, Sophia Herzog, USA, and Finland swimmers in the middle lanes. And also some Great Britain swimmers as well, and 3 Canadians in this first one. So the first heat for us is the 100 backstroke for women.
We are off and racing our first heat of this morning's competition. Lane 1, Crystal Shaw from Canada. Lane 2, Danielle Kisser from Canada. Rebecca Franks in lane 3. Sophia Herzog from the USA. Lane 4, Mari Mäkinen from Finland. Lavana Hansen in lane 6 and Shelby Newkirk in lane 7.
Yeah, they're the swimmers taking part in this first heat. We also have Adela Mikova as well from the Czech Republic, an additional swimmer. She is swimming for observation only. Some classification testing been going on this week, and Adela Mikova is swimming for observation for that classification. Shelby Newkirk first to the wall though, 40.62. Remember, we have the same drill as we've had over the first couple of days competition. Swimmers will be ranked in terms of their points that they earn, the British Swimming Para points. So you'll see that appearing on your scoreboard, on your screens at the end of the race. Anywhere up towards the 1,000 points mark is right on world record pace. We saw a couple of swims in excess of 1,000 points yesterday. Daniel Diaz, for example, just dipping over that, dipping under his own world record time by 4/100ths of a second. Well, it's the additional swimmer who's going to touch the wall first, Adela Mikova. Looks like Rebecca Franks from Great Britain is going to be in second. Ivana Hansen following her home there, and in the centre lane, Mary Mäkinen may well have the higher points total. We'll wait and see. Points coming up on your scoreboard. All looking good at the moment, and just over the 500-point range is Mary Mäkinen from Finland. First heat of the 7 heats in this Women's 100 Backstroke World Para Series event. As a result, confirmed on your scoreboard, we do have a disqualification. Shelby Newker from Canada was disqualified. Rest of the results confirmed. Mary Mäkinen, 518 points. She will lead the field as they go into this second heat. So the next heat is just about ready to go. Heat number 2. You see Valentina Munoz and Verana Schott in the centre lanes. So watch out, Tully Kearney over there in lane number 7 had a good week so far. Let's see what Tully Kearney can do.
And there we are well underway into heat 2 of the women's 100-meter breaststroke. Some big names in this heat. We've got Sarah Manning from Canada in lane 0. Maisie Summers-Newton broke a world record the other day, lane 2. We have Danielle Doris from Canada, lane 2. Grace Harvey, lane 3 for Great Britain. Valentina Munoz from Chile in lane 4. Verena Schott from Germany, lane 5. Thori Magnusdóttir, Iceland, lane 6. Tully Kearney from Great Britain, lane 7. Tomomi Ishii from Japan, lane 8. And Sakura Koeki from Japan, lane 9.
Well, it doesn't look like Tully Kearney's taking the start for this one. Lane number 7, we gave her a mention. She has not taken the start for this one in lane number 7, so no Tully Kearney here, but we do have the others. And in lane number 4, Valentina Munoz, the Chilean swimmer, leads them through. She is the S8 swimmer. A few S8s in this one. Also watch out for Maisie Summers-Newton, as John said, world record breaker the other day in the 100 breaststroke. So see what she does in the backstroke. Great 200 medley as well for Maisie Summers-Newton yesterday. She goes in lane number 1, right down at the bottom there, second bottom lane, but it is going to be the Chilean swimmer in lane number 4 in first in 1:25.07. That's a good swim from Valentina Munoz, and she is faster than her entry time and good points total as well. But Verena Schott from Germany looks like she is the highest, 769 points. Maisie Summers-Newton, another good swim from her, just ahead of Grace Harvey, 6:54 and 6:52.
And just waiting for those results to be confirmed. They're on that big screen. For heat 2 of the women's 100-meter backstroke. We have confirmation. It does look like Verena Schott will take over the lead there with the highest points total, 769 of both heats so far.
It was a nervous wait for this board to refresh itself. A few disqualifications over the first couple of days. Let's hope we don't get too many today. We have to wait for the official result.
And there it is, it's just come in as we see Verena Schott from Germany, 128.89 with 769 points. And we are off and racing heat 3 of the 100-meter backstroke. Lane 0, Renata Pinto from Portugal. Lane 1, Rebecca Lewis, Great Britain. Lane 3, Marta Hökviet from Norway. And Luz Pelletiero from Argentina. Chikako Ono from Japan. Mila Greening, Hope Gordon, Bethan Eckley, Janina Falk from Austria. Albie Kelly from Ireland, lane 9.
Yeah, pretty close one, this one. In lane number 8, looks like Janina Falk. She took part in the skins last night, the S14 swimmer. She made it through a couple of rounds before dropping out, but good to make that final for the Austrian. Annaluz Pelletiero, she had a good swim yesterday. The Argentinian swimmer with a visual impairment, the S12. Chikako Ono, also the S11 swimmer, going really well here in lane number 4. Chikako Ono really come through very strongly in the second half of this one. In fact, it is Annaluz Pelletiero just leading them. But watch out for the points total of the Japanese swimmer in lane number 4. Lane number 8, though, Janina Falk, going to be second here. And the Argentinian swimmer is going to come in first in 120.65, just ahead of Janina Falk. Watch out for Chikako Ono's total and 769. Well, that was the highest points total, as we thought it might be. Swimmers there with a visual impairment. Chikako Ono, a swimmer in the S11 class, which means she has no vision at all. She wears blacked out goggles, so there will be a delay in getting the score for this heat confirmed, because the blacked out goggles have to be checked by the official as she comes out of the water. But a good swim. Chikako Ono, 769 points.
Absolutely, and that puts her in a short tie with Verena Schott from the last heat, both tying at the top of the table at the moment with 769 points, once that has been confirmed by our officials. Once that has done, we can be moving swiftly along into heat 4. Next competitors waiting with bated breath, ready to race.
Yeah, you've seen what it's like behind the scenes, John.
I know, you've got a busy job up here.
I know. Yeah, we kept going up here. That's fine. Oh, there we go.
There it is, it has been confirmed. Chikako Ono for Japan, 125.10, 769 points, takes her to the top of that heat and to the top of the table so far. Next up, heat 4. We have it, heat 4 underway. Lane 0, Siu Kyo Cheng from Hong Kong. Jessica Markkanen, Finland in lane 1. Marlene Endralath from Germany, lane 2. Katie Crowhurst, lane 3 for Great Britain. Ana Carolina Oliveira for Brazil, lane 4. Yu Lam Chan from Hong Kong, lane 5. Coral Farrell, Great Britain, lane 6. Ho Yeng Chueng, Hong Kong, lane 7. Lucy Etienne from France in lane 8, and Amanda Palo from USA in lane 9.
Yeah, good start there in lane number 4. The S14 swimmers may be the favourites for this one in the centre lane. 769 points. Quite a good target, though. We saw the swimmers making those World Para Series finals the other day, probably around about the 750 point mark. So that's going to be the initial target here. But we have still some quality swimmers to come to see if they'll make it into that top 30. Remember, 3 finals for the World Para Series in this event, and all 3 finals have an equal chance of making it to the medal podium. So only to be in the top 30, but that is a tough ask in a very, very tough field. 659 points for the Brazilian. She touches the wall first, and Amanda Palio had a great swim there, right up there in the top lane in lane number 9, and she goes faster than her entry time, and a good score of 641 points, but no one in that heat reaching the 700 mark. So it looks like we have the official result there. Anna Carolina Oliveira confirmed in first place, 659 points.
Next up is Heat 5.
The swimmers exit the water. Heat 5 of the 7 heats. We get into the seeded heats.
We are off and racing for Heat 5, women's 100-meter backstroke. Lane 0, Sofia Konkli from Hungary. In lane 2, Kasumi Fukui from Japan. Lisa Kruger for the Netherlands, lane 3. Nigora Mizgodova from Uzbekistan, lane 4. Jessica Jane Applegate for Great Britain, lane 5. Anneli Roulet from France in 6, Danielle Harton, Great Britain, 7, Bristow Grace, USA, 8, and Alicia Crook from the United States in 9.
Straight out into the lead, Jessica Jane Applegate there. One of Great Britain's star swimmers over the last few years. And she goes in lane number 5, 33.47. She is the world champion from back in 2015. So Jessica Jane Applegate trying to make that qualification standard for the European Championships this summer. 107.70 is the target for her, and she's outside that, only just 108.45. And Jessica Jane followed home by Mizgodova from Uzbekistan. She is in 783 points, just ahead of Anneli Roulet from France. But Jessica Jane Applegate looks like she's got the top points total, 819 points.
Yes, that does, once it's been confirmed, and there it has, put her to the top of the table of the heat so far, 819 points. Then the Uzbekistani, Nigora Mizgodova in lane 4 as second. Behind her was 769, both Chikako Ono and Verena Schott.
There's the start list for the next heat. Great Britain's Hannah Russell and Alice Ty go in the centre lanes here. And what we'll get with this one, good swim so far. We'll go on to the next heat.
And we certainly have some big hitters in this heat. Heat 6. Alice Tai out there in lane 5, broke a world record the other day. We have Hannah Russell in lane 4, Bianca Papp, Aurélie Rivard from Canada, lane 1. Lots of big names here, hoping to make it through to tonight's final and hopefully get up on that podium. We'll have to wait and see how this swim goes. It does look like Hannah Russell, lane 4, first to touch at the wall. 32.53 at the split. Alice Tai behind her, 33.28. As they come down to the final 25 meters of this race. There isn't much in it though, lane 4 and 5. Lane 3, Bianca Papp giving them a good push as well as they make it into that final 15 and make it towards the touch. It does look like it's going to be lane 4 though. We're going to have to see how it finishes. And there it is, Hannah Russell, Alice Tai, 1,159.
Yeah, well, Hannah Russell first to the wall, but Alice Tai in the S8 classification, 109.43, and wow, that's an excellent time for Alice Tai, and that is inside the world record standard for Alice Tai. So well done, Alice Tai, subject to ratification, and that would be a new world record for Alice Tai. Well, 109.43 for Alice Tai, the Commonwealth champion from the Gold Coast just last month. She's followed that up with some great swims here in Sheffield. So 2 world records now to her name, Alice Tai, of course, subject to ratification. Hannah Russell in second, good swim from her, 870 points. Bianca Papp from Hungary in third position. That's the results confirmed of heat number 6. We go on to heat number 7. Just the officials sorting out the backstroke ledges there for the start of this final heat. Again, some excellent stars in this one. Paralympians all over the pool. Great Britain, Uzbekistan, New Zealand going in this final heat. Should be a good contest here. Looks like things are sorted out. We can move on to that heat 7.
Our 7th and final heat for the women's 100-meter backstroke international meet portion of this competition, well underway. Some big names in this. Bethany Firth out there in lane 4. Stephanie Millward, Sophie Pascoe, New Zealand lane 2. Certainly ones to keep your eye on.
Bethany Firth.
It is Bethany Firth, first to touch on the wall. 31.85 at the 50-meter split.
Sophie Pascoe looking good as well down there in lane number 2. We saw her win yesterday. Sophie Pascoe in great form. Watch out also for the swimmers trying to make these qualification standards. Abby Kane in 6, a Paralympic silver medalist in the S13 class. Megan Richter in lane number 9 as well, who was selected for the GB team last year, the 2017 World Championships. But Bethany Firth in there, 928 points, followed home by Sophie Pascoe. Good swim from Chloe Davis to finish in 3rd position now. We'll just check the times of the likes of Abby Kane. She's going to be outside that qualification standard this morning, as is Megan Richter as well. Not too far away from Megan Richter, but the points totals 928 points for Bethany Firth there. Sophie Pascoe in 2nd position there, just ahead of Abby Kane, who gets 806 points. So in the 800 range. So all these three swimmers should make it through to those World Series finals tonight.
Yeah, some absolutely fantastic swims this morning. Some very fast athletes down there in the water, making it through to those finals tonight. As we said, that does conclude the women's 100-meter backstroke for the first part of the competition. And there are the results confirmed up on the big screen. As you see, Bethany Firth, 105.67.928. At the top of that, Sophie Pascoe in second for that heat.
There's the summary of all the heats there. Alice Tai with that excellent swim there, 109.43. She will be the leading swimmer through to that final, followed very closely by Bethany Firth. And as we go down, the top 30 will make it into the final. So Bristol Grace going there in 28th position, should make it through to that World Series final. We go on to the next screen. Oh, we got a tie for 29th. Oh, almost a swim off, but the swimmers will both should make it into that top 30, so should make it into the final. So safe enough, not another swim off today for us to enjoy. The final swimmers there. Points totals. So we should have the confirmed result there for the World Paraswimming Series 100 backstroke for women. And now we move on to the national event. 4 heats of the women's 100 backstroke for the British national event. We saw some cracking races yesterday. Some really close contests in the heats and in the finals. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more of that today. Here is the start list for heat number 1. 6 swimmers due to take the start. Keep an eye, I think they're all there behind the blocks waiting to go. So the first of the 4 heats of the national final about to get underway.
And the first of 4 heats of the national final underway now. And for taking the lead, we have Ellie Spokes from Northampton, lane 2, Laura Pilkington, lane 3, Olivia Pickering, lane 4, Mickey Lingao, lane 5, Isla Howe, lane 6, and Charlotte McGuinness, lane 7.
That's kind of traditional spearhead there at the front of the field. Mickey Lingao from City of Cambridge, just getting ahead of the field now. Olivia Pickering from Gloucester had the fastest entry time at 1:49.30. Mickey Lingao in 1:50.73 was her entry time. She's gone through in 53.02, so I'll bring her back pretty much on schedule for this one. She is probably in the range of just about on the 150 mark, so looks like Olivia Pickering is trying to pick up the pace here. Going past Mickey Lingao. Maybe one line up there, Isla Howe with the green cap of Nova Centurion. She's in 3rd position. Laura Pilkington had a good swim a couple of days ago on day number 1, had a big personal best for her. And she is contesting for 4th position now, but the 2 in the middle, Olivia Pickering and Mickey Lingao, are going to come in pretty close to each other. Wonder if they can dip under the 150 mark. It'd be good to see them do that. Mickey Lingao has led from start to finish here, pretty much. City of Cambridge against Gloucester, and she does go under the 150, 1:49.66. Well done, Mickey. 150 for Olivia Pickering in 2nd position. So the 2 S8 swimmers look like they lead the field into the wall, but in terms of points, it is Isla Howe from Nova Centurion with that 324 points. The S7 swimmer tops the points totals at the moment. Laura Pilkington is in the wall, but no time registering yet. She's followed by Ellie Spokes, and there's Laura's time. 207.73, 259 points, and let's give a big hand for Charlotte McGuinness, finishing now in lane number 7. Again, no time registering. There we are, 229.97.
And there's the confirmation up on the scoreboard. 324 Isla Ho from Nova Centurion, 158.52, 324 points.
The swimmers exit the water. We have 3 finals for the World Para Series. We've only got 1 final for this national competition. And there's the lineup for heat number 2. You have to be in the top 10 to make that in terms of points. We'll see if anyone from this second heat can do that. 324 points, the target.
This is heat 2. Off and racing in heat 2 of the British Paraswimming National Heats for the 100-meter backstroke. These women trying to make it into the top 10 times for that final tonight. As you can see, that typical spearhead as we head into the first turn. It looks like it's going to be lane 4, and it looks like it's Harriet Dickinson, S10 from Gloucester. Out in front there, of course, with the fastest time, but it is based on points. And at the turn, there it is, 40.56. She did record an entry time of 1:19.01. Fastest time in this heat. With 25 meters to go, she's a full body length in front. And giving a real strong push here. She comes in towards the wall. Lane 5, pushing up behind her, Rachel Tweedle from Marple. And there she is with the touch. 123.32, 494 points. Rachel Tweedle, 382.
Well, looks like we've got a tie for second place there, 382. Maya Briscoe and Rachel Tweedy, both together there, separated by 5 seconds, but classification differences means that they are equal on points. Harriet Dickinson, 123.32, should be the highest points totals there. If that result is confirmed, we have confirmation there. Harriet Dickinson, 123.32. Georgia Howell, swimmer from Littlehampton, in one of the outside lanes. Lower classification number, 405 points for the S6 swimmer. And a tie for third, Maya Briscoe and Rachel Tweedy in that second heat.
Coming up next is heat 3. Heat 3 of the women's 100-meter backstroke. Lane 0, Eva French for Nuneaton. Ellen Stevenson for Newcastle. Lane 1, Holly Pinder from Doncaster. Lane 2, Fern Inu. Megan Neve, lane 4. Drew Stables, lane 5. Abigail Daly, lane 6. Catherine Healy, lane 7. Leah O'Connell, lane 8. And Genevieve Hunter, lane 9.
Yeah, lots of different classes in this one. Remember, classes 1 to 10, those with a physical impairment. 11 to 13, those with a visual impairment. And 14, those with an intellectual impairment. And right away at the front of the field, Megan Neve, City of Derby. We saw her swim very well yesterday. So she'll be the favourite for this one. A big lead there, 36.41 at the halfway point. Watch out for the lower class swimmers as well. Leah O'Connell and Genevieve Hunter in the outside lanes. The S7 heading the S8 at the moment, but it does look like the highest points total should go to Megan Neve because she has a substantial lead here coming into the last 5 metres. Good first 50 there, followed up by a great second 50 and just outside our entry time of 1:16.65, but 583 points. Probably going to be very difficult to beat for any of these swimmers here. Drew Stables in second position. Very close for third there between Abigail Daly and Fern Ioanu. But watch out, right at the top there, Leah O'Connell, second lane down from the top. Can she challenge that time of that points total of 583 points? And 454 does take her into second spot, but not challenging Megan Neve. Megan Neve just too far ahead of the rest of the field in that one. Oh, she looked impressive, didn't she, John? Megan Neve?
She did. That was a fantastic swim, way out in front from the get-go, and really extended that lead on the back end of that swim. It was fantastic to see. 3 down, just 1 more heat to go. Those results have been confirmed. Megan Neve, 1:16.65 with 583 points.
They go on to the final heat now. We've seen a few of the swimmers who have featured in the national finals over the first couple of days, and especially the swimmer in lane number 4 who has swum some excellent swims there to take the national titles. 2 national titles in the first 2 days competition. Brock Whiston in lane number 4.
This is it, the 4th and final heat, the women's 100-meter breaststroke national finals. Qualifications, the heats trying to make it into that top 10 for this evening's final. Eliza Humphrey, Isabel Dean, Ella Cooper-Holmes, Amy McFarlane, Brock Whiston, Ceres Venter-Scott, Portia Jones, Megan Willis, Scarlett Humphrey, and Charlotte Hyde.
Yeah, lane number 4, Brock Whiston, as we expected. She is being pressed by Ceres Venter-Scott from Carnegie. Brock Whiston from Barking and Dagenham had 2 excellent swims. He's in the S10 class, physical impairment. Ceres Venter-Scott and Amy McFarlane in 3rd position. 2 S14s, swimmers with an intellectual impairment. And Brock Whiston looks like she is the stronger of the 3 in that centre lane. Also going well, Portia Jones from Shrewsbury. And Ella Cooper-Holmes, the S7 swimmer with the lowest classification here. She's had a good week. Ella Cooper-Holmes, Grace Cooper-Holmes, she's been known as before. It's Ella now. Our mum always shouts Ella, so it must be Ella. She's entered in that now. But a good swim there from Brock Whiston, 1:18.98, ahead of her rival there in lane number 5, Kerry Spencer-Scott, 124.33. And Amy McFarlane in 3rd position there with Portia Jones just coming in. Watch out for Ella Cooper-Holmes there, 595 points. Well, Cockermouth swimmer just sneaked in front there. Oh, Brock Whiston. So, just goes to show you in this multi-class swimming, not necessarily the one who touches the wall first will take the highest points total. And there she is, Ella Cooper-Holmes, right at the top.
And there it is, there's that confirmation. Ella Cooper-Holmes, 595. And Brock Whiston from that heat, both seeded into the fastest lanes this evening. Waiting for that final confirmation of those heats. And there it is, up on your screens. And that does conclude our women's portion of the 100-meter backstroke. Next up is going to be the men. And we are back over to the international meet, the World Paraswimming World Series event.
Well, the result just going through there, scrolling through. The top 10 will make that one, and Ella Cooper-Holmes, well, will start as the favourite. The S7 swimmer from Cockermouth. Well, she's had some good swims there over the last couple of days. She's been around for a few years now. Still just a youngster, just 17 years of age this year. She's really coming through in this S7 class, and she will be the favourite as she goes into the final this evening. Well, that's going to put some pressure on these swimmers for tonight. It's great. The national finals have been great, John, haven't they?
They really have been. It's been fantastic to have that as part of this event as well, you know, to see not just all these international athletes coming here and battling it out, but the best of British. It's always nice to see in the pool.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of them are up-and-coming swimmers now on the development squad for the GB team and making their way through the ranks. And good swim there from Ella Cooper-Holmes, one of these youngsters who's been around on the kind of national programs for the last few years and really coming through. And I wonder if she can just pick up a national title tonight. That would be great. It's not going to be easy, though.
Oh, she's going to have to work for it because there wasn't much in it, you know, in those heats. There's only a few points between those, separating those top few swimmers. So it always does make for an exciting race, though.
Yeah, absolutely. The points system, as we said, winners can come from anywhere. So Ella Cooper-Holmes could be in one of the outside lanes tonight, like she was this morning, with the faster swimmers from the higher classifications in the middle lanes. But she could come through and get the points totals that she needs to take that national title. It'll be very, very good to see. And Brock Whiston, who's been dominant over the last couple of days in the individual medley and in the breaststroke, well, she's going to have to work a little bit harder on this backstroke if she's going to get ahead of Cooper-Holmes.
This is very true. I mean, she did put in a fantastic swim there, but was really going to have to lay it all on the line tonight. But that's what I like to see. That does make a brilliant final, and lots of, like you say, the up-and-coming names, these youngsters to watch as they're moving up through the British swimming sort of para squads, and seeing them make their mark and leave their stamp on this competition is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's good progress for these youngsters. And also, one of my old teammates was swimming the other day, not quite a youngster.
Really?
The Paralympic team, Robin Surgeon, was in, I'm sure. His daughter's also swimming at this competition as well. So good to see some of the old-timers get a little bit of a chance in these national finals.
We'll have to get you back in there at some point.
I don't know about that. I might struggle to make the qualifying times these days, but you never know.
You never know.
Yeah,
never
get my
say
trunks
never.
up, get my Speedos back on.
Of course, why not? I'm sure you can create the Speedo.
No, yeah, well, enough said about that.
Enough of that. We are moving over to the men's competition. We do have the first heat just getting prepared and getting ready now. And we will get this competition back underway.
Just a little bit of a delay before we get on to this one. Haven't had many delays over the first couple of days, which is always a good thing. A nice flow to the competition, a little bit. It's always thick and fast for us up here in the commentary box, one race after another. Don't really get much chance to draw a breath and have a chat, but a little bit of opportunity for us to do that now.
It's quite nice, I think. Coming up here, seeing you guys and seeing how hard you work, it's been a bit of an eye-opener for me. As you can see, some of the crowds down there. We've got some flags, some people in the crowd. Scottish flag over there. Give us a wave. You see yourself on the big screen.
Good support from the Scots there. with that Scottish flag out. We had one of Benjamin Granger was in the other day. He normally brings an Isle of Man flag from him, the three-legged flag from the Isle of Man.
A bright t-shirt there. Won't get lost in a dark room. It's like having none of it. Oh, has he spotted himself? Give us a wave. See yourself on the screen. It's like, I haven't had my coffee yet. It's too early. It's Saturday morning.
Yeah, not liking it. I got some good support here in Pons Forge over the last couple of days. It was great fun last night for the Skins, wasn't it? You were running about.
Oh, I tell you what, it was a workout for me. I had an absolute blast, though, and I think the athletes and the crowds loved it as well. So we are going to be doing that later on tonight at the finals, and I am super excited for that one as well. Oh, works me hard up and down that pool deck.
Well, we had the S14s,
grippy shoes on.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it was the S14s last night. It is multi-class this evening, so it's going to be a fantastic event, I think.
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work. It's going to be good. We're going to have to draw the stroke to be swum before each of the races, and that just introduces another element to it.
It really does. It really does. Keeps us all on our toes anyway.
Yeah, it was a great contest. And we had the winner of the Skins, Bethany Firth, last night, actually donated her prize money to charity.
Did she? I was unaware. That's
did,
fantastic. Yeah, that's such a wonderful thing to do.
So Louise Fiddis and Bethany Firth combined their prize money last night. They were 1 and 2, and they donated all that to a favourite charity of Bethany Firth. So excellent stuff for Bethany.
Oh, that is such a wonderful thing to do. I'm delighted to hear that. And it was nice. We had, a completely British final in the women's skins and a Japanese final in the men's skins. It was sort of two teammates going head to head for that prize money. I'm sure there was a bit of friendly competition there.
And especially the women's race, what a close finish that was. 4 100ths of a second separated them.
I couldn't believe it. It was literally down to the touch, and as you say, 4 100ths of a second. That's absolutely nothing in it.
I think we're just about ready to get going for the 100 backstroke for men. I think things have cleared up now down on the pool deck. Just the officials getting things organised now. We're ready to move on to the next event.
This is Heat 1. You have it, the first heat is underway. Curtis Lovejoy in lane 3 here. Gold medal winner from last night. Took the IM. Was bursting with joy. It was fantastic to have him up on top of the podium. We've got Hungary, lane 2. Javier from Spain in lane 4. Alberto from Chile in lane 5. And Mohammed from India, lane 6.
Yeah, Curtis Lovejoy, what a great swim that he had in the individual medley. Came in well behind Takayuki Suzuki in terms of time, but they're different classes. And in the end, they were separated by just 1 point. And Curtis Lovejoy could hardly believe it. And there was a wry smile on the face of Suzuki there as his old rival just got in ahead of him.
I mean, 1 point, it was, like we said, absolutely nothing in it. But it was such a wonderful moment. And I think those are the sorts of things that make this sport so exciting and so thrilling. You never know how it's going to play out.
Well, Curtis back in again now in lane number 3. But leading is the S6 swimmer, Javier Carcamo Arana. And he goes through with 25 meters to go. The Spanish swimmer in an entry time of 1:40. Expect him to be well ahead of the field. We'll just check on the points, of course. All these heats for this men's 100 backstroke are seeded in terms of time, but we have different classifications all the way through there. And it looks like the Spanish swimmer coming in now in a time just about on the 1:40. Yeah, 1:38.83, and he is faster than his entry time, so he'll be pleased with that one. It is, well, tight for second position, the experienced Hungarian, Zsolt Vereksai. Normally see him over 50 backstroke. Again, a swimmer who is getting observed for classification. That's a good swim from Alberto Arbazar from Chile. He was the winner of the World Series last year in the lower classification. So the S2 swimmer, there is an open World Para Series award for the winner of the World Para Series, but there is also a category for those in the S3 and below. So Alberto Arbazar was the winner last year in 2017, and he'll be hoping to make it a double, the Chilean swimmer. With a good swim there, 679 points. Well, giving himself a little bit of an outside chance to make that one of those finals this evening. We have 8 heats of this one, so it might be tough for the Chilean on 679 points, but we will wait and see. Curtis Lovejoy, well, he's not going to nick a victory this one in this heat. The American in 254.56, 219 points. Again, don't really see Curtis Lovejoy go over the 100-meter distance very often these days, certainly on backstroke.
And there it is, they have been confirmed. Alberto Arbazar, 679 points so far. That is the point score to beat. We said 8 heats to work through. Outside chance, but you never know.
Well, we do have a disqualification. Zsolt Verikshaj from Hungary. Experienced man. He was still swimming in the Paralympics. He started swimming while I was still swimming. Real veteran of the Hungarian team. He's won medals in the last 6 Paralympic Games in 50 backstroke. I was surprised to see him go over the 100. The Hungarian team happy to be here in Sheffield, regular visitors here. And Zsolt Verikshaj, one of the veterans in that team, still producing the goods, but wasn't his morning this morning. Swimmers just exiting the pool there. Officials making sure things are clear before we move on to the next heat.
And there is the start list for your heat 2.
Heat 2 underway for this one. Satendra Singh from India, Mark Connor from Ireland, Lee Sung To, line number 2 from Singapore, James Tien Yu Wong from Malaysia in 3, Kyle and Jackie Luxau from Belgium in 4, Simon Prodanovic from Germany leads them through. He goes in lane number 5, Patrick Flanagan in 6, Jagdish Chandra-Tilly from India in 7, Julien Viot from France in lane 8, and Islam Doke from Belgium in lane number 9. Good start from the German in lane number 5. He's in the S7 class. Range of classes in this one, S6 through to S8. In fact, S9, the Indian swimmer in lane number 7. But it is Simon Prodanovic from Germany. And good contest for second there. James Tien Yu Wong and Kailan Jackie Lusan from Belgium. Malaysian. Looks like he may be coming through into second, but Pradanovic will take that one. 123.45, 569 points. That's a decent total for this second heat. The German in 123, and it looks like that is going to be the highest points total. Patrick Flanagan next on 515 points.
Simon, there we are. They have been confirmed for that heat. Simon Pradanovic from Germany, 123.45, 569 points. Not quite enough to take him out in front of Alberto Albaza from Chile for the last heat. 679 points is still the benchmark score.
Good to see the Chilean swimmer in the final, actually, one of the lower class swimmers. Nice to see someone from the S2 class make it into one of those World Para Series finals. Just gives us a little bit of another dimension when it comes to one of those finals.
Absolutely, it would be wonderful to see. So it's going to be a long, sort of nervous wait for him, I believe, as he waits for the rest of these heats to have their opportunity to swim this morning. But, we will be moving through them quite quickly, I believe, so hopefully not too long of a wait for him.
No, it heats for us enjoying this 100 backstroke. Swimmers just have to exit the water, of course, before we get underway for the next heat. But we are pretty much ready to go with heat number 3 of the 8 heats.
Now off and racing in heat 3, this final. Scott Quinn for Great Britain in lane 4. Recording the fastest entry time, of course, in S14 with 1:17.90.
Scott has gone out pretty quickly as well. We saw him swim the individual medley yesterday. Not always known as a backstroker, you have to say, Scott Quinn, but obviously doing not too bad. Qualified for the European team, or made a qualifying time, I should say. It's not qualification, selection has not been made. Scott did well in the breaststroke. Watch out for Taliesin Glock, though, the world champion from Brazil in the S6 class. He should have a big points total. Scott Quinn has got to try and put the distance between himself and the Brazilian. And Scott Quinn, well, describe him as a natural backstroker, but he's doing a good job here, working really hard into the wall. 114.45, great swim from Scott Quinn, 504 points. Here comes Taliesin Glock now, 678 points. Oh boy, that was close to the points total for Alberto Albazar. I think the Chilean probably still has the lead there.
He certainly does, just by 1 point. It was a fantastic swim there from Taliesin. It was funny you mentioned, you know, Scott not necessarily favouring the backstroke. He did say to me last night when we were going to the skins, please don't pull a black ball, which was the backstroke colour. So it was nice to see him put in a fantastic swim there as well. He really went out hard, especially on that back end there. Just waiting for those results to be confirmed for Heat 3.
Yeah, Scott Quinn looks like he's been enjoying himself He's been having some interesting walkouts when he's coming to his races.
Absolutely, but I love it. He's got fantastic personality.
Well, looks like we have confirmed results for that heat. But we are getting news of disqualification in a previous heat that we'll have to bring you. None in that heat, but our previous heat, I think we've had a disqualification, Joe.
It was heat 2, lane 1, Murray Connor from Ireland. Late disqualification for heat 2. Now well underway, heat 4, into heat 4 of the 100-meter backstroke. Seems to be a pretty tight race so far. There's kind of nothing really in it. Of course, a few different disciplines. It's all going to come down to that point scoring as we come into the final touch. But heading into the first turn, fastest time looks like it's going to be lane 3, Jinping Ting from Malaysia. It was 35.13 at the turn. He's recording an entry time of 1:15.05.
It's pretty close between the two Malaysians here, Jinping Ting and Freydon Dewan. Freydon Dewan, former Commonwealth Games swimmer, 2006, 2010. Experienced man, looks like he's going to get the touch here. Oh, he doesn't actually. Jinping Ting gets in there in 1:12.71. And Matthias De Andrade, a good swim from the Argentinian. Argentina had a great World Championships last year. 793 points for De Andrade. But the two, Jinping Ting and Dewan Freydon, 541 points and 487. Of course, the World Championships due to take place in Malaysia next year, 2019 World Para Swimming Championships. And there is Churong from Thailand. Thumbs up for him. Good swim with a 1:18.34.
Yeah, just waiting for those results to be confirmed. As they have been confirmed. Matthias with 793 will be out in front with the score to beat. He would have raised that benchmark. Previously 6:79 from Alberto Abaza from Chile, closely followed by Taliesin Rock from Brazil with 6:78.
So wait for confirmation of this one. And there we have it. Andrade just ahead, 793 points, but we do have a disqualification for the Netherlands swimmer Ties van Hoofwegen, disqualified in that heat. But Argentina 1 and 2, followed by Malaysia. Argentina 4, Malaysia 5 as well. So good heat for those two countries. Matthias Andrade will lead them into the next heat.
Yes, and there it is, the start list for heat 5.
So next heat underway. And right out on the outside lane there. Great start from Alex Porto from France. Well, French swimmer, I've seen him in the outside lane a couple of times already at this competition. And he's always seems to be the one who is stretching away from the others. So very good start there from the French swimmer. The S13 swimmer with a visual impairment. He has partial vision. He's gone out very fast, 31.61. Entry time of 1:14. So he looks on course to be ahead of that one. In second position, David Gelfand from the USA in lane number 3 at that turn. He's being pressed now by lane number 6, Jonathan Booth, Paralympic swimmer in Rio for the Great Britain team. Swam the 400 freestyle there. We see him over the 100 backstroke now, but it is going to be Portal from France. Will take this one in lane number 9, 106.36, a massive improvement for him. Followed home by Jonathan Booth from Great Britain, 729 points. But Italo Pereira, the Brazilian, well, he is the world champion in the S7 class, and he is right at the top of the points totals there, 811 points.
Yes, certainly some big swims in that heat. 811 points now the benchmark, our score to beat. And world champion Italo Pereira from Brazil, 1:14.15 in the S7 class. Just a little note for, not going to affect anyone watching on the stream, but for those who are lucky enough to be in the venue today, at 12 p.m. we have a signing in the foyer with Rebecca Redfern and Joseph Craig. It's your chance to buy a program and of course get it signed by these para-swimming stars. And Matt Wiley will be signing at 1 p.m. on Sunday. Those results have been confirmed. Results up on that scoreboard there. And we do have a disqualification there. Taiga Hashidia from Japan. And there is our start list for Heat 6. Heat 6 underway. Very fast heat out there this morning. A nice race to watch. Diana Moss, lane 0, Jonathan Fox, Joseph Siege, Jack Thomas, Keiichi Nakajima, Wei Lok Tang, Yannick Vanderput, Wei Kit Cho, Elaine Araya, and E. Tavares dos Santos.
Yeah, Nakajima, I saw him swimming yesterday. Great 200 meters individual medley for Nakajima. He was a medalist in the Paralympic Games in 200 IM. Wakit Choi, also a medalist there, gold medalist in the 200 freestyle. We'll see him tomorrow in the 200 freestyle, I'm sure. But it is Nakajima going well for Japan. We saw him in the skins as well, making it to those final 2. It was an all Japanese final. Joseph Siege doing very well in lane number 2, pulling up now on Nakajima, and a good time for Joseph Siege, 106.51 for him, the Great Britain swimmer there. And it looks like it is going to be a couple of swims in the 700-point range, and that is the top 2, Nakajima and Joseph Siege, forcing their way up there, and very high points there for Jonathan Fox, now swimming in the S8 class, the experienced Great Britain man, being reclassified from an S7 to an S8, but still good swim from Fox, 681 points to get 3rd place in that heat, just ahead of Eric Tavares dos Santos from Brazil, 675 points there. Yannick van der Poel, 672. So few points there in the high 600 ranges and above. And things are getting pretty tight for those finals.
They certainly are, with our penultimate heat now, heat 7. And off and racing our penultimate heat here for the men's 100-meter backstroke.
It looks like two Hong Kong swimmers in 5 and 6 going fast there. Well, the first 50 here, Tyler Ioanu, he had a great swim yesterday, won the first round of the skins, but it was butterfly. Going over backstroke now, and he's right up there with the two Hong Kong swimmers. Rogier Dorsman from Netherlands, we saw him yesterday as well, the visually impaired swimmer. And what about Ollie Hind? Ollie Hind from Great Britain was an S8, now been reclassified to an S9, and can he achieve the European standard, which is the same for S8 and S9 actually, 105.10. Tough ask for Ollie Hind to do that, but we'll watch his progress in lane number 2. Tyler Ioanu is in 10, oh well, not registering there for the Great Britain swimmer, but he was right next to Ka Chun Hui, and it was the Hong Kong swimmer Ka Chun Hui who takes it 721 in 20 points. Tyler Ioanu just behind in 7:16, but there is Ollie Hind, 107.06 for Ollie Hind, and he is in with the highest points total, I think, 781 points for the swimmer.
Yes, by the looks of it, once we have that official confirmation through, a fantastic swim from Oliver Hind. 781 points takes him through. It's the highest points total once it has been confirmed. Just in front of 730 points recorded during the last heat.
Well, Ollie Hind trying to make that European qualification standard. Just outside it, but he should have another chance in the final tonight, or one of the finals, I should say. We will have 3 finals of this one, so top 30 will make it through from these heats this morning.
And with just one more heat to go for the Para Swimming World Series event before we move on into our national finals. And there it is, it has been confirmed. They are your results for Heat 7. Oliver Hind, 781 points. Moving on to our final heat, it's Heat 8. And we are off and racing the final heat of the men's 100-meter backstroke. Connor Morrison, lane 0. Robert Isaac Johnson for Iceland, lane 1. Yenko Saito for Japan, lane 2. Dijes van den End, lane 3. Jordan Catchpole, lane 4. Anetti and Tiro Latika for Finland, lane 5. Jacob Leach, Florent Marius, Jack Milne, and Tamas Toth for Hungary in lane 9.
Well, Tamas Toth, the Paralympic champion in the S9 class. Watch out for his points total. He's 8th at the moment behind Jacob Leach in the same classification, and Ties van den End in the same class, the Netherlands swimmer. Watch out for Jordan Catchpole though. He will be trying to make the qualification standard for that GB team. He's the British record holder at 102.24, and if he does that or close to that, he'll be under the standard of 102.86. Here comes Jordan Catchpole into the finish, but watch the clock. 102.86 is the target, and he's inside. Well done, Jordan Catchpole, inside the European qualification standard there. And that is a good time of 102.33. So Jordan Catchpole is added to the list of those who have achieved those qualification standards. Well done, Jordan. 859 points. A good point score from that final heat.
And once those results have come in, that is our final heat, as you say, for the Paraswimming World Series event. Well, the top 30 swimmers making it through to those finals tonight. 3 finals held this evening. We'll be seeded into each of those, and out of those 3 finals, we'll be taking our podium finishes. After this, we'll be moving into our national heats, the British Paraswimming National Finals tonight. Once again, waiting for those results to be confirmed. Jordan Catchpole, by the looks of it, 859 out in front. There it is, 859 points. By the looks of it, was the highest scoring swim with 102.33. Off and racing our first heat of the men's national competition. Connor Stewart in lane 1, Alexander Hobbs lane 2, William Whitehead lane 3, Stephen McCormack in 4, Jacob Chambers in 5, Leo McCrea 6, Corey Decken 7, and Sebastian Williams lane 8.
Leo McCrea has been having a good couple of days here. He's been featuring in the national finals. He's the swimmer with the lowest classification. Similar classification, well, the same classification as Sebastian Williams and Connor Stewart. 3 S6s. They'll be looking to post big point scores here to try and claim their position in that national final. Just 10 swimmers will get into that national final, of course, from the 5 heats, so this will be tough. But Leo McCrea well up with the leaders in this race so far. Jacob Chambers doing well. Steve McCormack in lane number 4 also coming through in the middle. And down there, two lanes down from McCormack, Alexander Hobbs from Mount Kelly. Probably challenging for 3rd place at the moment, but Leo McCrea, his sister's in the European junior team this summer. Jasmine McCrea. And her brother is doing the McCrea family proud this week, as he comes in 2nd place there, just behind Jacob Chambers. It's going to be a higher point score for Leo McCrea, 392. Alexander Hobbs in at 366 points. I don't think anyone's going to challenge the total for Leo McCrea here. Corey Dakin is in now in the time of around about 1:54-ish. Connor Stewart also in there, 1:52 for Corey Dakin. 1:54 for Connor Stewart, and Sebastian Williams in just over the 2-minute mark. But it's Leo McCrea, 392 points. I wonder if that is going to be enough to get him into that national final. Might just be a little shy of that one, but we'll see as the heats go through. 400-point range has generally been kind of cut off for the qualification of that national final. There are 5 heats in this one, so very competitive, but 392 might just sneak in there.
Well, it's certainly getting up there. We'll just have to wait and see. A little bit of a wait for him now. Of course, we do have 5 heats, like we saved this. But he's up there around that mark of hopefully making it through for him. Well done, a fantastic swim, Tim. 136.77. And McCree, 392 points so far, the benchmark score to beat to make it into that national final. But of course, we are just at heat 1 of 5. Just waiting for those results to be confirmed. And then we can get our next heat underway. And there you have it. They have been confirmed. We do have DQ in that heat as well, Corey Dakin. But that brings us swiftly along to heat 2 of the 100-meter backstroke.
And there's a lineup for heat number 2. Again, a range of classes in this one, ranging from S8 right up to S14.
Have it off and racing in heat 2 of the national final. Lachlan Macbeth, lane 0. Liam Hardy, Leo Johnson in 2. Balthazar Bradshaw 3. Maximilian Tulloch 4. Owen Say in 5. Owen Woodrow in lane 6. Kian Saville, lane 7. Connor Freeman 8. And Benjamin Pope 9.
Well, there is no Lachlan Macbeth in lane 0, but I do like to say his name, very Scottish name, Lachlan Macbeth. Unfortunately not taking the start for this one. Liam Hardy though, in lane number 1, right down there, 40.31. Leads them through the S14 swimmer. Bracknell, Owen Say in the centre lane. Maximilian Tulloch in 3rd place there. The S8 swimmer, Owen Say, going really well in the centre, and he might just be the one with the highest points total, but a great start for Liam Hardy though, City of Manchester Aquatic. I wonder if he can hold on to this early pace to get in ahead of Owen Say, but Owen Say from Bracknell is stroking this out pretty well. Nice rhythm he's got to his backstroke there as he comes in lane number 5. Coming through in lane number 3 is Balthazar Bradshaw. But it is going to be lane number 5. Owen Say, 124.31 over the 400-point range. 415 points. I think that is going to be the highest points total for this heat. So, just one swimmer tipping into that 400-point range there. And that was a good swim from Owen Say of Bracknell.
As you have mentioned, that is around the points to get in, and there it has been confirmed. Owen Say in with 415, 124.35, takes him to the top of the table so far. Leo McCree, 392 just behind him.
It's a good swim as well, 124, improvement on his entry time for Owen Say. 127 was his entry time, improved that to a 124. So good morning so far for Owen Say. I wonder if that'll be enough for him to make the final. Well, 3 more heats to go. This is heat number 3 of the 5.
We are off and racing. Heat 3 of the men's 100-meter backstroke. Joseph Greaves, lane 0. Luke Batty, lane 1. Owen Garsides, lane 2. Kieran Williams, 3. Matthew Redfern, 4. Callum Pearson, 5. Christopher Curry, 6. Connor Boyfield, 7. Matthew Klaus, 8. And Riley Shanahan are in 9. That means the touch now, out there at the split. It's the usual sort of spearhead shape as we come into this, of course, with this multi-classification race, as it is down to the touch. Of course, it is the point-scoring system, as it has been running throughout the entire weekend. But it was, by the looks of it, Matthew Redfern with the fastest time, 32.32 out in front, and that's 13. And he is a full body length in front there. Matthew Redfern from Worcester, S13. As he comes in for that touch. 621 points, a fantastic swim for him. Callum Pearson, 5.58, very, very fast in the water as well, 109.53. We have Kieran Williams, 4.59. Owen Garsides up there, 4.94. Big swims in this heat. Look at those final swimmers to come in on the touch there. Very, very nicely done there for Matthew Redfern, 621 points. 106.42, well out in front of any of the other swimmers we've seen in the national final heat so far. Of course, only halfway through, we do have 2 more to go after this one, but a big congratulations to him. So we have those results confirmed, and there they are. Callum Pearson, of course, now in second as well. The S10 with 558, 109.53. 2 of the biggest swims we've seen so far in the national heats.
Yeah, Redfern and Pearson have contested the finals in the events we've had in the previous couple of days, so no surprise to see them right up there in terms of the top points totals. Swimmers have exited the water, move to heat 4.
And our penultimate heat well underway now. Reece Gill in lane 0, Evan Holt, lane 2, Tom Piggott, lane 3, George Kilman-Jones, lane 4, lane 5, James Edwards, lane 7, Ryan Potter, Peter Harper in lane 8, and Adam Donacci in lane 9.
George Kilman-Jones in lane number 4. He's another one of these swimmers who has been right up there in terms of national finals, in terms of winning the final there, highest number of points for the Claysmore swimmer. He was right up there in the 100 freestyle a couple of days ago. James Edwards as well, 33.09 in second position, but it does look like George Kilman-Jones is going to take this one. We'll have an eye on the score. Matthew Redfern, 621 points, might be under threat here for George Kilman-Jones as he comes into the last couple of meters there. Yeah, 750 for Kilman-Jones, a good swim from him. James Edwards in second place, high score as well, 683. And Tom Piggott in next in 441, but the S10 swimmer has not got as much points as the S14 swimmers finishing at the same time or similar times than him, Evan Holt and Ryan Potter. So a good time there for George Kilman-Jones, 105.02. Just about a second outside his entry time, so he'll be hoping to go faster in the final. I'm sure he will be in the final with that points total of 750.
Now those results have been confirmed on the screens for you. Brings us to our final heat. This event is going to be Heat 5. Our fifth and final heat underway now. Lane 0, Ethan Nisbet, George Eldridge in lane 1. 2 is Joshua Fairchild. 3, Cameron Vencombe. Rhys Davis in lane 4. Dylan Broom 5, Caleb Gray 6, Dominic Redpath 7. 8 is Scott Headley, and 9 is Levi Codling.
Levi Codling, the S7 swimmer. Speaking to Jill Stidivari's coach, one of the respected coaches, was in the GB programme for a number of years. Jane Stidivar, her daughter, was a 6-time Paralympian. Levi Codling, she said, watch out for this young man. He's going to try and get under the 125 mark in the outside lane. Well, keep an eye on his progress as we go through. The 2 Welsh swimmers in the middle, though, Rhys Davis and Dylan Broom, they fought out the 200 medley last night. Looks like they are 1 and 2 again in this 100 backstroke. And it is going to be Rhys Davis in there in 104.48, 778 points. And followed home by Dylan Broom, 668 points. It is going to be a real high points total to make this top 10. We thought we might be in the 400s, might even be in the 600s to make this top 10 here. Levi Codling, can he get under the 125? He's just over, I think, and he's in the 528 point range. 125.5 for the Colville swimmer. But it is out in front there. 778 for Rhys Davis and Dylan Broom in second, 668. And I'm not sure, John, you've been doing your maths. Is it going to be in the 600 range for that top 10?
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. We may get 1 or 2 in the top 5s, but it's looking 600. It's looking like the benchmark to make it into that final, which is, you know, a big change on what we were sort of thinking as we entered into these heats.
Yeah, 5 heats of this 100 backstroke, so quite a number of heats there, yeah.
And there we have the confirmation of that heat. Heat 5, Rhys Davis, 104.44 with 778 points. Dylan Broom, 107.80 with 668. Levi Codling there, quite making it onto that 125 he was aiming for, but still a fantastic swim, and 528 points. Summary now for those heats is up, and there it is. For that top 10, just under 500 to make it into that top 10 at 462 is Evan Holt. At the top, Rhys Davis, 778. You've got Dylan Broom, Matthew Redfern, Callum Pearson, Levi Codling. A few more names up there are all going to be back in the pool this evening, hopefully to make a little bit better on those times they made this morning and get up from there. They're on that podium.
So we were right after all, in the 400 range.
We in the 400, well, the high 400s.
Yeah,
high 400s, it's true.
Some good performances there, and that's going to be another tough final. 2 Welsh swimmers looking really, really good there, and also Matthew Redfern as well. Swam excellently there. Maybe get a couple of swimmers just a little bit short of their entry times, and if they go faster, they could challenge for this national title as well.
And that does conclude our 100-metre backstroke heats for both the men and the women this morning. Coming up next is going to be the women's 50-metre butterfly. Of course, there has been some rule changes at the start of this year with the butterfly, hasn't there been, Paul?
Yeah, that's right. The World Para Swimming bringing in revision to the rules about the dropped shoulder in butterfly. Previously, certain classifications had exemptions for the drop shoulder. There's a big reclassification program going on, and the drop shoulder rule has changed. And I think several of the swimmers swam in the individual medley. We saw a lot of disqualifications in that one. It was probably due to that new ruling, and some of the swimmers not really being aware of that one. So hopefully we won't see that many disqualifications now. Swimmers have been well briefed on this.
Absolutely, and it is something that, of course, those officials will be looking for. So hopefully swimmers have got it down and have been practicing and are ready to go. This is heat 1. Heat 1 of this 50 butterfly. Shelby, Nicole, Tess, and Mary. Just 4 lanes out there swimming this 50 meters. It is a sprint. Head down and go.
2 swimmers in the middle there, 4 and 5. Nicole Turner, Olympic finalist, European medalist. Tess Routliff from Canada, also a Paralympic medalist in the individual medley. Tess Routliff in lane number 5, and Nicole Turner in lane number 4. The Irish swimmer in there, 776 points. And well done to Nicole Turner. We have one final for this World Para Series. There is only one more heat to come, so there will be one World Para Series final tonight. You have to be in that top 10 points totals to qualify for that, and at the moment, as it stands in the scoreboard, Nicole Turner is in pole position. That should qualify her for the final. Well, potentially, there are 10 in the second heat, so if all 10 go the highest points totals, then Nicole Turner won't be in the final, but we'll wait for the official result coming through.
And it will be an interesting final tonight because, of course, we've had the 3 finals in all the other events, so the swimmers have had to wait and see. You know, they've won their heat, but are they going to win the medal? This is going to be a straight race.
That's it,
Top points gets the gold.
Yep, absolutely. Just one race. Nicole Turner should be there. She is pretty much one of the quality swimmers here in the S6 classification. Looking towards the European Championships, of course, in her home country. They're in Dublin in August, and the Irish team building up towards that, looking for a big championships for the home team. Always good to see the home nation do well.
Oh, it's fantastic. All right, just waiting for those confirmations. We can move on to our second and final heat, the women's 50-meter butterfly.
Tess Routliff also under the 42nd mark there, 39.38 for the Canadian. And it was close for the S7 swimmers in lanes 3 and lane 6, Shelby Newkirk and Mary Makinen. But the Finnish swimmer just getting in ahead of the Canadian by 0.07 of a second. But we do have, well, we've got 2 disqualifications in this one. The swimmers I've just spoken about, Mary Makinen and Shelby Newkirk, have been disqualified in that one, leaving Nicole Turner and Tess Routliff as the top 2.
And as results have been confirmed, takes us through to our second and final heat, the women's 50-meter butterfly.
Well, Great Britain's Paralympic champion goes in lane number 4 in the S6 class, Ellie Robinson. Well, what can she do? She's also the Commonwealth Games champion. Took that Commonwealth title in the Gold Coast just, I was going to say last month. We're into June now. It's the month before that. In April, she took it. Let's see what she can take now in this S6 50 meters butterfly. She is the British record holder at 35.58. The world record stands at 35.48, and she's just outside that, 37.28 for the Paralympic and Commonwealth champion. Ellie Robinson will be first to the wall there. 862 points for Ellie Robinson there. And that 37.28, well, it's just outside the A standard for the qualification for the British team for the European Championships, but 862 points, very much the top points earner there for Ellie Robinson, as Gina Butcher from Germany just gets in now in 109.64. The German swimmer, the lower classification swimmer in with 297 points. But Ellie Robinson just got a knock, 1/10 of a second off there. She was on record-breaking form in the final the other day when she took the 100 freestyle British record. And hopefully she'll be able to follow that up tonight with a good swim in this 50 fly, her #1 event.
There it is. Those results have been confirmed for Heat 2. Ellie Robinson, as we said, 8.62. Verena Schott, 6.93 in second. Grace Harvey for Great Britain in third, 40.48, gives her 6.73. Of course, Nicole Turner from the previous heat was 7.76. Just waiting for those calculations to see who will be making it through to that final tonight. There it is, your top 10 swimmers will be back in the pool this evening for that single final only of the World Series Women's 50-meter butterfly. Congratulations to all those athletes and good luck for tonight.
Yeah, Ellie Robinson making that A standard for the European qualification for the GB team. She is one of the swimmers who qualifies to make the B standard, those that are 17 years and under, only 16 this year. Ellie Robinson, she's inside the B standard, so let's hope she can just dip under that A standard tonight. Here we go, move on to the next event, which is the men's 50 meters butterfly. Here is the start sheet for the first of the 3 heats. The first of these heats sees Horvalinski to Conor Giuffrida, Helsuke Yayama, Taliesin Glock back in the water again. Andrew Mullen in lane number 6 there. Darko Duric, the world record holder in the S4 class, goes in lane number 7. Andrew Mullen trying to make the qualification standard, of course, for the European team. It's a very tough standard for him, 35.98. It's the British record holder. Lane number 3 is going to be in there. Conor Giuffrida, 35.47. He's followed total. Mullen has the highest points total, 725 points. That was until Darko Duric hit the wall, 42.01. 895 points for the world record holder in the S4 class, Darko Duric. And he has good time there, 42.01. He's been on good form. Another swimmer who's trying to rack up World Para Series points. Trying to challenge the great Daniel Diaz. That's going to be tough.
He's going to have to work hard for that one, of course, but he put in a good effort there, 42.01, like you said. Fantastic swim, 8.95. Massive points in our first heat. It's just one of 3 heats that are in this, this heat session with the men's 50-meter butterfly.
Oh, we did talk about points totals. Oh, goodness.
Oh,
well,
some disqualifications in. Duric there from Slovenia. Diego Valinsky from Israel disqualified, which means Andrew Mullen from Great Britain with 7.25. A time of 37.83. Is now our current leader. off and racing. Heat 2 of the men's 50-meter butterfly. Takayuki Suzuki, gold medalist from day one here. Out in lane 8. A good fight. It is neck and neck for lanes 4 and 5 though. Nelson Crispin and Tobias Pollard. S6, S7 qualifications. As they come into the touch, we will see who has the highest points there. 788 for Nelson Crispin.
Scoreboard just correcting itself there. Right at the end of that race there, and Nelson Crispin, 788 points. Good swim from him. Again, one of the Colombians trying to build up those World Series points. Tobias Pollard from Germany in second there, 645 points. And just a Malaysian swimmer, Muhammad Zulkifli, finishing now. 201 points for Muhammad Zulkifli. Just looking at the entries for this one. If there are over 25 entries, there will be 2 finals in the World Series. We think there's 26 entries, so it just means you've got to finish in the top 20 to qualify for one of those finals rather than the top 10.
Certainly. So we'll have, by the looks of it, 1 final for the women's 50 meters and 2 for the men tonight.
Regardless of whether it's 1 or 2 for the men, Nelson Crispin will be right up there and challenging for that World Series gold, I'm sure. We better not speak too soon because we have seen disqualifications here, and we look like we're going to have another couple here in this particular heat. A couple of DQs flashing on the scoreboard here in Ponce Forge. Looks like there are just 2 disqualifications. It's Alexander Goodman and Javier Carcamo Arana. They have been disqualified. Nelson Crispin and Tobias Pollard, Takayuki Suzuki, they are safe. They are the top 3 points earners. 788 points for Nelson Crispin.
Those results have been confirmed. We're moving on to our 3rd and final heat, the men's 50-meter butterfly.
Final heat, about to go. Range of S7s in the center of the pool, 3 S5s in the outside lane.
Third and final heat for the men's 50-meter butterfly, well underway and off to a cracking start. Very fast pace out there for Carlos Sereno Zarate in lane 4. More than a full body length in front, body length and a half as he comes in for the touch. Very fast swim for him by the looks of it. 765 points.
It may end up being a fight between the 2 Colombians there at the front of the field. 765 points for Serrano Zarate, 788 for his countrymate Nelson Crispin. Carlos Serrano Zarate clear ahead of the field. He's the world champion. Took that world gold last December in Mexico. 31.07 for him, and the result is confirmed. Looks like he is going to be leading Daisuke Ejima, experienced Japanese swimmer. 572 points for them. We'll just wait for confirmation of this result as these swimmers exit the water. Let's hope there is no one that suffers a disqualification. Good swim though, Carlos Serrano Zarate. He was very well placed after the Italian World Series meet last year. last week in Italy, challenging Daniel Diaz, and he swum well this week, but we do have a disqualification. Doesn't affect the top place, but it was the second place swimmer, Daisuke Ejima, who was disqualified. So the Japanese swimmer disqualified. Carlos Serrano Zarate safe at the top there, 765 points. And if we see a summary of all of the heats, we should see the two Colombians at the top there, Nelson Crispin, Carlos Serrano Zarate, followed by Great Britain's Andrew Mullen, and Tobias Pollap and Takayuki Suzuki, the only other two swimmers in the 600-point range. That is your top 10. And the next 10 will take part in the second final, all the way down to Mohammad Saeed from India.
And that concludes the 50-meter butterflies. Our next heats will be for the women's 100-meter butterfly. Just a reminder, if you are lucky enough to be in the building, we will be having a signing with Rebecca Redfern and Joseph Craig in the foyer at 12 p.m. Straight after the heats, your chance to get your program signed, meet some of the stars. Matt Wiley will be there signing from 3 p.m. tomorrow as well on Sunday. We are off and racing our first heat of the women's 100-meter butterfly. Sarah Mayheim for Canada in lane 3, Adila Mikova for the Czech Republic in lane 4, Amanda Palio for the USA in 5, and Janina Falk for Austria in 6.
Yeah, and it's a good start there for the Austrian swimmer, the S14. Janina Falk, again, seeing her in the pool again. She was in earlier in the backstroke. Been in the skins competition as well. Yesterday lasted a couple of rounds. You see the Austrians here again. Regular visitors here when the British Para International held in, well, it used to be held in Sheffield. It was moved about a little bit. Had it in Glasgow as well for a couple of years in the lead up to the Glasgow World Championships in 2015. Janina Falk doing well though, 35.36. For the Austrian, Mikova from the Czech Republic in second spot, holding off the challenge from Amanda Palio from the USA. It's Janina Falk who's going to be in here. Let's see what the time is. It's going to be around about 117-ish, yeah, 117.91. 566 points for Janina Falk. And in second, just holding off the challenge there at the end, Adela Mikova. 126.70 for the Czech swimmer, and that's a big improvement on her entry time. 135 the entry time, that's improved to a 126. So good swims there. And the Canadian swimmer, Canadian Commonwealth Games swimmer, Sarah Meehan, 140.28 for her. Janina Falk first to the wall, 566 points for her.
Just a quick reminder to all those who are here in the audience, can we please have no flash photography? Can you turn the flashes off, on those cameras off? That would be fantastic. That's no flash photography. Thank you. We have had a disqualification in. Sarah Meehan for Canada in Heat 1. Brings us swiftly along to Heat 2.
Swimmers exit the water. There's your lineup for heat number 2 on the scoreboard. Katie Crowhurst from Great Britain in lane number 4, centre lane.
just moments away from heat 2. We have 6 heats in total for the women's 100-meter butterfly. Of course, 3 finals tonight, so top 30 is what they're looking for.
We have in this one Tomomi Shiura, Beatrice Camero, Kumi Utsugi, Isabella Blanchard. She had a good swim yesterday, a good improvement on her personal best time. USA swimmer Katie Crowhurst from Great Britain in 4. Dori Magnusdottir from Iceland goes in 5. Rebecca Lewis in 6 from Great Britain. Chiara Godoy Soto from Chile in lane 7, and Lisette Bruinsma from the Netherlands in lane number 8. I wonder what Lisette Bruinsma can do in this butterfly. She is a swimmer, no vision at all. I wonder if she'll be targeting one of those world leading times here. She had a great swim yesterday to take world para golds. I wonder if she can follow that up with a good swim today. Isabella Blanchard, again, I said she'd swum well yesterday. Swimming really well today, Isabella Blanchard. And she is going to come home in front in 1:15.01. Massive improvement there. The American team like that one. Let's watch out for the points total of Bruinsma. Just being tapped there at the top. And she comes in 661 points for her. 126.28. So not enough to get ahead of the young American swimmer Isabella Blanchard. 704 points, and she is knocking chunks off her time. She did it yesterday, she did it again today, and the smile says it all. Very good from the youngster in the S9 class, Isabella Blanchard. First time we've seen her at the competition here in Sheffield. And she's enjoying herself, likes this pool. Born in 2002, so just 16 years of age this year, making us feel old, John.
Oh, goodness. Anyway, just waiting for those results to be confirmed, but it does look like 7:04 will be the points to beat. Rebecca Lewis disqualified lane 6 for Great Britain in that heat. And those results are confirmed. Brings us along to heat 3. Heat 3 underway. See Geronimo De Araujo from Brazil, lane 0, Daniel Doris 1, Coral Farrell 2, Siu Kai Chuang from Hong Kong in 3, Lisa Kruger 4, Ayano Tsuji for Japan 6, Megan Richer 7, Mila Greening 8, and Bethan Eckley for Great Britain in 9.
Yeah, Lisa Kruger, her Olympic gold medalist in 100 breaststroke. Also a good individual medley swimmer from the Netherlands. Goes out in lane number 4. 2 lanes up. Tsujuchi from Japan. The S13 swimmer with a visual impairment, partial vision, just chasing Lisa Kruger there. Lisa Kruger coming through in lane number 4. Quite a decent points total for her. Good swim here from the Netherlands swimmer. Impressive stuff there, 109.79, 722 points. I think that's going to be our leader so far. Tsujuchi from Japan in second place when they touch the wall there. And it is very close. Megan Richter just being pipped by Mila Greening there in the finish. Over there in lane 7 and 8. And the points totals, 610 points for Megan Richter. Just gets her into third position there, the S8 swimmer from Great Britain. And Lisa Kruger, absolutely delighted with that one. 109.79, always good to get under those barriers. And we saw Isabella Blanchard in the previous heat knock 8 seconds off. We've seen Lisa Kruger do exactly the same, and she can hardly believe it. Lisa Kruger, that's the type of reaction we like.
Oh, it's fantastic to see that pure elation as she gets out. 8 seconds is a massive, massive amount of time to knock off an entry time, though. Megan Richter from Great Britain was a disqualification for that heat, though. But 7:22 for Lisa Kruger. Very, very happy with that. And so far, the benchmark time and, points to beat. Just waiting for those results to be confirmed. Once we've got that, we'll move swiftly along into our next heat. And there it is. That is your start list for Heat 4.
Oh, still Lisa Kruger can't quite believe it. 109.79. What a swim there was. There's a start list for the next heat, heat number 4.
Heat 4 well underway. Some big names in the sport in this one. Jessica Jane Applegate for Great Britain there in lane 4. Very, very experienced swimmer, multiple Paralympic medalist. She is out in front as we come into the wall. Of course, different classifications mean different point scoring systems, but way out in front of first to the touch at 29.65. Lima Odilova just behind her, 32. Tony Shaw, 32.76. As we enter this final 25, Jessica Jane Applegate way out in front when it comes to times. A good 2 to 3 body lengths as we approach that final 15. The rest of the field pretty well balanced.
And she is the world record holder, right on world record pace. And Jessica Jane, just outside that, 105.05 for Jessica Jane Applegate there. And a good swim from Tony Shaw in second place in 109.81, trying to achieve that qualification standard for the European Championships. Tony Shaw, the youngster, she missed out by 0.08 of a second yesterday in the individual medley. But the good news is that she is 8/100ths inside the time now. So well done, Tony Shaw, inside that qualification standard. So Tony Shaw, great stuff there. It's small margins. She missed out by 8/100ths. I think she's in by 6/100ths now there.
There you have it. They have been confirmed. Some big swims for Heat 4. Jessica Jane Applegate, 9.73 out in front. World record holder, 105.05. Tony Shaw, Great Britain, second there with 8.74, 109.81. And Elizabeth Smith for the USA, 8.27 with 111.10. Penultimate heat here, heat 5. Jessica Markkinen in lane 0, Lily McLeod 1, Ellen Keane 2, Eri Ike lane 3, Sophie Pascoe 4, Fatimahon Amilova in 5, Yui Lam Chan in 6, 7 is Michaela Jenkins, 8 Zara Maluli, and 9 Ho Ying Chuang.
Sophie Pascoe is the world record holder here. We saw Jessica Jane Applegate, the world record holder in the S14 class. We see Sophie Pascoe, the world record holder in the S10 class. Sophie Pascoe, well, a very good start for her. Maybe just about half a second outside her world record pace. It stands at a very swift 102.60 for Sophie Pascoe, the New Zealander. She is away and clear of the rest of the field. Training here in England, in Nottingham, in her build-up to the Pan Pacs in August. But Sophie Pascoe has been on great form in the freestyle and also looking good in the butterfly as well. Sophie Pascoe in there, well, clock not registering, but here it comes, 104.53, 913 points for the world record holder. And she is followed home by Yu Lam Chang from Hong Kong. Good points total for her, 813. And Takon Amilova from Uzbekistan, 792 points in third. But a good swim from Sophie Pascoe, 104.53. Just about half a second outside her world record pace in the first 50. And just dropped off by around about a second in that second 50.
There we have, those results have been confirmed for heat 5. On the screens, it brings us to our final heat for the women's 100-meter butterfly. It's heat 6.
Marlene Enderlath in 0, Sophia Conkley in 1, Chantal Zoudeveld in lane number 2, Louise Fiddis in 3, Bethany Firth, the winner of the skins competition last night. Butterfly was a favourite stroke for some of the skins swimmers. Bethany Firth, for that very last butterfly skins victory. She goes out in 30.73, Shoxan Toshplatova in 5, Anna Carolina Oliveira in 6, Naomi Mikey Schnitger in 7, Daniel Harton in 8, and Kasumi Ukui in lane number 9. Well, Bethany Firth, very much the favourite for this one. World record, as we said, held by Jessica Jane Applegate at 104.46. I wonder if Bethany Firth has got any designs on that world record mark. Maybe not this morning. She's going to be a good swim, followed by Louise Fiddis. In fact, Louise Fiddis getting up and taking that one right at the death there, 107.10. Well, she did exactly the same in the skins in the butterfly last night. Didn't quite get up level with Bethany Firth on that occasion, but she's done it this time. Louise Fiddis, fastest time, highest point score.
There we are, just waiting for those results to be confirmed. And they have it. Louise Fiddis from Great Britain, 887 points with 107.10. Bethany Firth, Great Britain, 107.23 with 881. And Sofia Conkley from Hungary, 112.02 with 796.
There's the summary of all the heats. Jessica Jane Applegate, 105.05. And didn't mention that that's also a European qualifying time for Jessica Jane, just 3/100ths inside the standard that she wanted to achieve. Sophie Pascoe in second place, and that should be a cracking final. Louise Fittes looking very strong at the closing stages of that one, and Bethany Firth as well, I think, has a little bit more to give in that final this evening. Should be a cracking contest between the main protagonists in that one. Sophie Pascoe, expect her to go a little bit faster, I hope so. And also the three S14 women from Great Britain, also in good form. Well, the positions just flashing through on your scoreboard, flashing through on the screen there if you're on the live stream. Now move on to the men's equivalent. It is the men's 100 meters butterfly world para swimming heats.
Now we are off and racing. Heat 1 of the men's 100 meter butterflies World Paris Series heats. Arthur Vieira in lane 1, Islam Tokiev, lane 2, Jinping Ting, lane 3, 4 is Keimar Galba, Frederick Solberg, lane 5, Kilian Jackie, lane 6, 7 is Jagdish Chandratelli, and Chanwit Monkoloche, lane 8.
Yeah, Jinping Ting, Malaysian. First to the wall there. Keimer Kalma just chasing him down. Frederick Solberg. He had a good swim the other day as well. I need to recognise some of the familiar names that were at the front of the field in some of the earlier heats and some of the earlier races this week. Keimer Kalmar really coming back now. Jinping Ting at lane number 3. I wonder if he's going to hold on here in the closing stages. Is the Estonian, the S12 swimmer with a visual impairment? He is coming through strongly, and he will take that one in 1:14.12. Just half a second ahead of the Malaysian Jinping Ting, and Frederick Solberg touching the wall in third position. But in terms of points, 465 points for Jinping Ting. I think he is the top, with one swimmer still left to come. It's the S9 swimmer from India, Jagdish Chandratelli.
They have it, all swimmers touching. By the looks of it, 4.65 for Jinping Ting. Just waiting for those results to be confirmed. But so far, that is the benchmark points mark to beat. And there you have it, confirmation. Jinping Ting from Malaysia, 1:14.60, 4.65. Frederick Solberg, Norway, 1:16.30, 4.60. And Keimar Kalmar from Estonia, 1:14.12, 4.51.
That was a good finish from the Estonian there. Of course, this 100 butterfly, you won't get the lower numerical classifications in this one. It's only for S8 and above. We'll do the 100 butterfly. And we do have a couple of S8s in this one, 3, 4 S8s in this next heat, heat number 2, all the way up to an S14 as well. So range of classifications. Swimmers have exited from the previous heat. We move on to the next one, heat 2. Well, swimmers just resetting themselves. Looks like there is a slight delay here until we get to the start. Well, the swimmers could just relax a second. I'll get back to you very shortly. We'll go for the start here. This is heat number 2. Good contest in heat number 1. Kaimir Kalma coming through in the closing stages there to take the touch on this 100 meters butterfly. So just relax for a second. If you relax for a second, swimmers, I'll come back to you very shortly when we're ready to go, hopefully not too long.
And a reminder, in case you have missed it, there is that signing at 12 p.m. out in the foyer with Rebecca Redfern and Joseph Craig. If you're lucky enough to be here in the arena, in the venue, it's your chance to go and meet some of the stars of the sport, get your program signed, say hello, take a selfie. Unfortunately, if you're at home watching on the stream, you don't get the chance to do that.
Unless you live in Sheffield, come down here.
Come on down, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Rebecca Redfern, silver medalist in Rio, of course. And she swam very well the other day in breaststroke, achieving a European consideration time. Rebecca Redfern, so one of the real stars of visually impaired swimming. Joseph Craig, and a famous gold medal in London 2012. So he's from the northeast, training in Sunderland now. But he had the Tyne Tunnel named after him for a day after he won that gold medal.
Did he?
He did, yes.
It's quite impressive.
Yeah, one of my favourite facts, that one is Joseph Craig. Great start over the last few years of British para-swimming. A good squad up there in Sunderland, training with the likes of Matt Wiley and Stephen Clegg also has moved up there. Stephen Clegg we'll see very shortly in one of the following heats. So go out and support that signing for your British para-swimming stars, Rebecca Redfern and Stephen Clegg at 12 o'clock. Hopefully we'll be finished these heats by that time. We're due to finish by that time. Hopefully there'll be no more delays. And you'll be able to make your way out after the heats and go to that signing for the 2 para stars.
By the looks of it, that does look like it has been sorted. So hopefully getting these heats underway in just a few moments' time. And this is going to be heat 2 of the men's 100-meter butterfly. And there's your start list up on the big screen. And here we go, heat 2.
Heat number 2 on Mike Soberger from Germany in lane number 1. Lane number 2, Inaki Basilov from Argentina. Oliver Carter goes in lane number 3. Great start from Oliver Carter, the Great Britain swimmer. Zach Zona from Canada in lane number 4. Augustine Oriana from Argentina in 5. Chetan Girdaraut from India in lane 6. James Tien Yu Wong from Malaysia in 7. Benjamin Granger in 8 from Great Britain. Justin Capps from Germany in lane number 9. Well, Ollie Carter has been on record-breaking form this week and in recent weeks as well, improving his times seemingly every time that he hits the water. He was up in Glasgow last week at the Glasgow International and he was doing personal best times in every day that he competed, and in again in 108.87. So well done, Ollie Carter. Another good swim for the Great Britain swimmer, Ollie Carter, and an improvement of a couple of seconds there on his entry time. That'll earn him 501 points as the S10 swimmer. Close behind them, looks like it was the two S8s, the two Argentinians, Oriana and Basilov, and they were only separated by 9/100ths of a second and just a couple of points in it.
Yes, by the looks of it, waiting for that to be confirmed, but 5-5-1 seems to be point score to beat. That was Inaki Basilov from Argentina. This time coming in 1:12.21.
I think we're going to have at least one disqualification, certainly for the start there. We were delayed a little bit. We had a false start, and I think that looks like that's been confirmed on the scoreboard, but we do maybe have another disqualification as well. Two swimmers, at least two, and as the scoreboard flashes by, we might actually have 3 disqualifications in this first heat. In the second heat, I should say, of this 100 meters butterfly. I'm still waiting for the result to be confirmed. He's up there on the scoreboard here in Ponds Forge. You see the times there, but that is an unofficial result. The screen hasn't changed colour yet, so we can't really say if those are the final results. At the moment, scoreboard showing 3 disqualifications. We're still waiting for confirmation of that one. Next heat is just about ready to go. They are lined up. We have 6 heats of this 100 meters butterfly. Then the national heats to go as well. After that, a number of national heats for us to enjoy.
There we have it. Those results are in. 3 disqualifications there. Aston Orellana from Argentina, James Tien Wong from Malaysia, and Nord Abdullah from Malaysia. But Inaki Basilov out in front, the S8 swimmer from Argentina with 1:12.21, points 5.51. Zach Zona from Canada in second. And that brings us to our next heat, Heat 3.
Ten swimmers in this heat. Number 3, Felix Uli Fichtelman from Germany in 0. Tim van Duren from Netherlands in 1. Elian Ariay from Argentina in 2. Oladaisi Adepasan, Great Britain in 3. Chung Wei Yung from Malaysia in 4. Jackson Simmons, Great Britain in 5. Freyden Dewan from Malaysia in 6. Liam Spence in 7 from Great Britain. Zhu Wei Wong from Singapore in 8. Anasul Amarul Sidi from Malaysia in lane number 9, and leading them through the first 50 was that Malaysian swimmer in lane number 9. Malaysians building up their pool of swimmers there, building up for the World Championships next year to be held in Malaysia, and they are 1 and 2 at the turn. Are they going to continue to hold those places as they come to the final stages now? It is going to be Sidi from Malaysia, the S14 swimmer, followed home by Elian Araya, who had a very good second 50 there. And in third position, it does look like it was Chung Wei Yung. In fact, it was Zhu Wei Wong from Singapore, the Singaporean swimmer, getting in ahead of the Malaysian. In terms of points, it's all very, very close indeed. Looks like it might be one who touches the wall first. Anasul Amarul Sidi, 710 points. So that's ramped up the points totals quite significantly on that 30.
It certainly has. Heat 3 there, 600 seems to be now sort of what people are aiming for, but 710. Anas Sidi from Malaysia holds the benchmark point score as we head into Heat 4.
We head into heat number 4. 3 more heats remaining in this one. We're into the seeded heats now. You'll see some fast swimming in the center lanes, I'm sure. Line 0, Malte Braunschweig from Germany, Genki Saito from Japan in 1, Chitomita from Japan in lane number 2. The S11 swimmer struggling with the lane ropes at the moment there as they go over for the first 50 of this 100 fly. Tyler Ioanu, great butterfly swimming in the skins yesterday. Daito Karen, well, he won the skins. Great performance from the Japanese swimmer there last night. Satoru Miyazaki, his Japanese teammate in 5, Wakit Choi from Hong Kong in 6, 2 Great Britain swimmers, Alex Rosser and Conor Morrison in 7 and 8, and Amilcar Guerra from Argentina in lane number 9. But S14 swimmers dominating the center lanes here, and Daito Karen looks like a real find for the Japanese team here because he is bringing them home now. Daito Karen is going to be just about the 1 minute mark, I think. 59.20 for Daito Karen. A great swim from the Japanese swimmer, and he's followed home by his teammate. 1 minute point 45 for Satoru Miyazaki. And in terms of points, 930 points. Well, that's going to be tough to beat.
Absolutely. Lots of 8s up there on that board, lots of 7s once that comes through and is confirmed, but 930 for Daito Karen seems to be the score to beat. Fantastic swim here for him in heat 4 of the 100-meter butterfly.
Very good
Just
swim there.
2 more heats to go. Of course, these finals will be decided for tonight. All of these athletes back in the pool this evening, hoping to get up there on that that podium.
We won't get the confirmed result of this one until the goggles of the S11 swimmer is checked. Swimmer in the S2, the S11 class in lane 2, should I say. 103.55, a cracking time there from Uchi Tomita. There's the goggles being checked there for the Japanese swimmer. Everything looks okay. So that time of 103.55 should be confirmed for him. A great swim. Japan have got a great tradition of S11 swimmers.
And there it is, they have been confirmed. 930 with 59.2 for Daito Karen from Japan is the time and score to beat. We have a disqualification. Wakit Choi from Hong Kong for that heat, moving swiftly along to our penultimate one, heat 5. And we are off and racing with our penultimate heat for the men's 100-meter butterfly. Lane 0, Adam Wenham from Norway. Teiga Hayashida in lane 1. Ka-Chun Hugh for Hong Kong in 2. The 3, Jordan Catchpole. Keiichi Nakajima in 4. Mark Evers in 5. Alex Portal in 6. Robert Johnson in 7. Baz Takan in 8. And Leo Latinmäki for Finland in 9.
Well, Jordan Catchpole will be trying to achieve that qualification time for the European Championships. Again, we saw him in the backstroke, good backstroke race he had earlier. 58.60 is the target for Jordan Catchpole to try and do that. It's going to be a tough ask for him though. He is behind Keiichi Nakajima. He's behind Mark Evers, the European record holder from the Netherlands. Nakajima and Evers coming in together into the wall, and it is 6/100ths of a second the difference, and Nakajima will take that one. Mark Evers in second position. It is very close in terms of time. It looks like it was Jordan Catchpole just being picked by Alex Portal of France, who's in an inside lane for a change. Always swimming in the outside lanes, the French swimmer, over the last couple of days, but a good contest there. Mark Evers and Keiichi Nakajima very close in terms of time and points.
Absolutely, and there they have been confirmed. 9:11 with 59.6 for Keiichi Nakajima. Mark Evers for the Netherlands, 59.66, so close. 908, and Jordan Catchpole in third for Great Britain, 1:00.94 with 8:52. Just one heat left to go in the men's 100-meter butterfly. Some very quick times recorded in this heat coming up. We have our final heat of this 100-meter butterfly. Katari Ogiwara from Japan, lane 0. Barry McClements, lane 1. In 2 is Jack Milne. 3, Wailok Tang. 4, James Hollis. 5, Stephen Clegg. Felipe Rodriguez. 6, Long Tin Chan. 7, Florent Meris. 8, and Hon Yin Wong for Hong Kong in lane 9.
Oh, Stephen Clegg away really fast there, 27.50. Not sure if he spotted that turn correctly there, the visually impaired swimmer, but he's away. And James Hollis is chasing him, the 2 GB swimmers trying to achieve those qualification standards. 58.98 for Stephen Clegg, 57.07 for James Hollis. It's Hollis and Clegg, they are side by side here. James Hollis trying to get into the wall. It's going to be 58 point for both of them, I think. It's 58.29 for James Hollis and 58.58 for Stephen Clegg. So he is inside that. A nod of the head for Stephen Clegg. He's done what he wanted to do, and an excellent swim there for Stephen Clegg. He took it out strong, 58.58. He was overtaken by James Hollis at the end. A good swim from James Hollis, 58.29.
Looks like all clean swims there for our final heat, just waiting for them to be confirmed, all of those times and scores. And we shall see, there they are, Stephen Clegg, Great Britain, 58.58, 9.14. Top of that heat, James Hollis for Great Britain as well, 58.29, 8.27, and Long Tin Chan for Hong Kong, 1:02.39, 7.94. We'll now see who out of all of these heats has made it through to tonight's finals. With racing like that, it's set to be a very, very exciting one.
Yeah, absolutely, Stephen Clegg achieving that qualification standard. James Hollis just outside, so we'll be hoping to have another chance here in the final.
And there it is, out in front, 59.2 with 930 points was Daita Kairen for Japan. Stephen Clegg there for S12 category for Great Britain, 58.58, 9.14. And Keiichi Nakajima for Japan, 59.6 in third place. Of course, that could all change tonight. This is just for a seeding into the finals. So we'll see by the end of this evening who out of all of those athletes has made it to the top of the podium. And that does conclude the World Para Swimming World Series heats for this morning. We do just have a few more heats left to go, which is our 100-meter butterfly for the men's competition in the British Nationals. Just 4 heats for these athletes, with one final tonight. So these next athletes trying to make it into the top 10, make it into that British National final this evening. Off and racing with our first heat of the men's British national 100-meter butterfly. Lane 3, William Whitehead. Lane 4, Adam Donashi. And lane 5, Ethan Nesbitt.
Two S8s and an S9 here. Fastest entry time, Adam Donachie, 129.60, the East Kilbride swimmer. And Ethan Nesbitt going well, Pioneer 79 swimmer, S9 competitor. So two S8s and the S9, but the S9 swimmer, the less severe impairment, leads them into that first 50. Well, Adam Donachie actually with a touch there. Ethan Nesbitt certainly was leading them into the wall. Adam Donachie got the touch. He's come off pretty well here. Adam Donachie, 42.79 at the halfway point. Entry time of 1:29, so he's going to have to try and keep that pace going. Ethan Nesbitt in second position. Adam Donachie just falling down now into second. Ethan Nesbitt trying to pull through here. His entry time was 1:33.19. Adam Donachie, he's going to be in second here. It's going to be a decent time for Ethan Nesbitt, maybe just outside his best. 1:36.83 for him. Adam Donachie in second place there, 1:37.94. And the final swimmer to finish will be William Whitehead. In terms of points, it's very close between the top two. Ethan Nesbitt just 4 points ahead.
That concludes our first heat. Just a quick reminder, we're almost done here. We do have that signing happening outside with Rebecca Redfern and Joseph Craig, some superstars of the sport. Make sure you pop over and say hello, get your program signed. They're going to be out there in the foyer from around about now, I believe.
Swimmers making their way out of the water. Still have 3 more heats of this morning's session of this British national 100 metres butterfly. Ready to go now with heat number 2.
Seems a little bit of a slight delay here. We're almost ready to go with our next heat. Just waiting for that whistle from the officials, and there it is. This is heat 2. We're off and racing. Heat 2, Balthazar Bradshaw. Lane 0 in 1 is Kyle Hughes. 2 is Finlay Middleton. Dylan Broom in 3. Adam Wyborn in 4. Lane 5 is John Law. Lane 6, Tom Piggott. 7, Angus Lackenby. And 8, Evan Holt.
John Law done very well in the freestyle. A couple of personal best times for him. Somewhere in lane number 5 there. He's third at the moment. No, Dylan Broom, we've seen him earlier. Swim in the backstroke. Good backstroke swimmer Dylan Broom. Second here, Adam Wyborn from Billingham leads them in lane number 4. Very strong swimming here from Adam Wyborn. Looks nicely balanced stroke here. I wonder if he can challenge his entry time of 104.39. into the last 5 meters now. I think he may well be inside it here in 103.52. Great swim there from Adam Wyborn. He'll be pleased with that one. Almost a second improvement on his entry time. It was John Law, second into the wall in 106.77. And in third place, well, I think it must have been just Finlay Middleton there. Well, in terms of points, certainly Finlay Middleton. And Dylan Broom in 109.23. And half of the cheeks there. Adam Wyborn, 103.52. Be pleased with that one. Always good to get a good best time, especially here at such a big event.
Absolutely, just waiting for those results to be confirmed. It does look like Adam Wyborn, 103.52. It's going to be the mark to beat the point scores, 639. That's the benchmark score. Of course, only the top 10 swimmers out of these heats will be making it through to tonight's final. We just have one British national final per evening.
Well, it's a nervous wait for these swimmers, waiting for the confirmed result to come up on the scoreboard. It's a very good swim there from, you can see there from Billingham, the S10 swimmer, Adam Wyborn. He was in lane number 4, took it out strong and came back strong too, 103.52. That result is confirmed there. He'd be delighted with that one. Just almost a second better than his entry time. In second place, there it was John Law from the University of Stirling. Second to the wall, that was. Tom Piggott, 108.99. 499 points on the scoreboard. Oh, it looks like some disqualifications coming through on your scoreboard. The swimmers nervously look on there.
There it is, confirmation in. Kyle Hughes, Finlay Middleton and Evan Holt. Disqualifications being Adam Wyborn in first, 103.52, 639. Dylan Broom second, 109.23 with 581. And John Law, the University of Stirling, 106.77, 525. That brings us to Heat 3.
Maximilian Tulloch in 0. George Eldridge in lane number 1. Caleb Grace in 2. James Edwards in 3. Rhys Davis in 4. Louis Lawler in lane number 5. Cameron Verncombe in 6. Gavin Roberts in 7. Christopher Curry in 8. And Peter Harper in lane number 9. That is the lineup for this heat number 3. Rhys Davis has had some good tussles with the likes of Dylan Broom the last couple of days. He is leading them again. Pembroke County swimmer, 29.80, a good start there, good first 50. Looks like he's maintaining that one, just holding off the challenge of Louis Lawler in that blue cap, City of Glasgow. And it is going to be Rhys Davis with an entry time of 104.30, and he's going to be just about bang on that one, 104.27. 727 points, so good swim there from Rhys Davis, Pembrokeshire County swimmer in 104.27. Very close for second at the touch. It went to Louis Lawler, 109.04, half a second ahead of Cameron Verncombe. Final two swimmers at the top of the screen there, and also one at the bottom, Maximilian Tulloch in there in lane 0, 137.93 for the Chalfont swimmer. Again, we'll wait for the confirmed result. All S14s in that one, with the exception of Maximilian Tulloch in the S9 classification. So it's pretty much a straight race there. 104.27 taking that one, and the highest points total so far. That result is confirmed. On your scoreboard, Rhys Davies taking that one, 727 points. Louis Lawler in second, and Cameron Verncombe in third position there in terms of points.
And that brings us through to our final heat for this session. It is heat 4 of the men's 100-meter butterfly. We are off and racing our final heat of this morning's session. Lane 4, Scott Hadley. 1, Owen Garside. 2 is Adam Rosebuck. 3, George Kelman-Johns. 4, Callum Pearson. 5, Matthew Redfern. 6, Connor Ballard. 7, Connor Boyfield. 8, Joshua Fairchild. And 9, Liam Hardy.
Well, good start there, Matthew Redfern. First of the wall, or is he? Well, very close then between George Kelman-Johns and Matthew Redfern, just 0.18 of a second separating them. And in between them, Callum Pearson. He has had a good week so far, but George Kelman-Johns just being caught now by Callum Pearson, but Matthew Redfern really looking strong now, coming down to this final 25 metres. But Callum Pearson is making an effort to get back on the contention with Matthew Redfern here in the closing stages. A black cap looks like it might have this one. It's only a couple of strokes to go here, and Matthew Redfern will just about take that one in 105.88, with Callum Pearson close behind, but with a higher points total. Different classifications, of course. And a very good swim as well for George Kelman-Johns, and it looks like he has got the highest points total in that final heat.
Now we're just waiting for those points totals to be confirmed, those times to be locked in, and then we will know exactly who's made it through to tonight's British National Finals, and that will be the conclusion of this morning's session.
And no swim-offs this time that we've heard about. Oh, that's a shame. We're like a swim-off.
We have had a disqualification, Liam Hardy. Lane 9, those times have been confirmed though. George Kelman-Johns, 107.59, 6.25. Callum Pearson, 106.11, 5.67. And Matthew Redfern, 105.88 with 5.46. That will be the top 10 swimmers from those last 4 heats, making it through to tonight's final. Let's take a look at those results. Rhys Davies qualifies first with 7.27. Adam Wyborn with 6.39. George Kelman-Johns, 6.25, Louis Lawler, 5.86, Dylan Broom, 5.81, all of them all the way down to Adam Roebuck there with 5.21. Those top 10 swimmers making it through, battling it out for a place on that podium this evening.
Well, that is our final action of this morning, as the results of the national heats just scroll through. We see the final swimmer there, Maximilian Tulloch, 218 points.
Well, there you have it. That concludes this morning's session. The heats, we will be back here again live from 5 p.m. For tonight's finals. And of course, that skins event as well. It should be a whole lot of fun. And Paul, judging by some of the swims this morning, it should be very exhilarating. Lots of nail-biting stuff to see this evening.
Yeah, very good session in prospect tonight. We saw some qualification times for that British European team. Hopefully we'll get some more tonight. Hopefully we'll get some more records tonight. That's what we like to see. And I'm looking forward to see you running about during the skins again.
Well, get my exercise in. Anyway, look, thanks, ladies and gentlemen, whether you've been watching at home or, of course, watching here in venue. It's been a pleasure to have you. We will be live again from about 4:45 this evening. So if you're at home, make sure you got yourself a comfy seat to sit down in. It's going to be a night full of action. If you're in here, go stretch your legs, and we'll see you in a bit.